Today, we're diving into something I think we all struggle with: how to silence that nagging inner voice, the critic that just never seems to quit. If you're looking for some real, genuine mental peace, you are in exactly the right place. So, let's jump right in.
I mean, really think about that for a second. Have you ever felt like your mind is just a broken radio, stuck on the absolute worst station, just looping those same worries, those same fears, that same self-criticism over and over again? Sound familiar?
Yeah, I have definitely been there. And if you have too, I just want you to know you are not alone. And this explainer is for you. We're going to break down exactly why this happens and, way more importantly, what you can actually do about it, starting today.
So let's start by really understanding the core of the problem. Why on earth does our mind feel like this broken radio in the first place? The answer might actually surprise you.
This right here, this simple analogy just gets to the heart of the mistake we all make. We try to think our way out of overthinking. We figure if we just analyze it a little more, we'll find that magic off switch for our anxiety. But what are we really doing? We're just feeding the fire, aren't we?
And believe it or not, there's actually some neuroscience behind this whole thing. It's called the default mode network. Just think of it like your brain's screensaver. The moment you're not focused on a task, it kicks in and starts, telling stories. Its job is to protect you, but in our crazy modern world, it tends to work overtime, creating anxiety where there's no real danger. The key takeaway here, it's not a personal flaw, it's just a universal feature of our human wiring.
So let's move on and see how this very feature, this default mode network, creates this incredibly powerful trap that keeps us stuck in a loop of worry and self-doubt.
This mental trap is nothing new. For thousands of years, some of the wisest thinkers have been pointing it out. The Apostle Paul, for instance, he urged people to break free from old patterns by, you guessed it, renewing their minds. And way over in the East, the Buddha offered a very similar insight. Your mind is an incredible tool when you direct it, but it's an absolute tyrant when it's running the show. So the real question becomes, who's in charge here? And even the Roman Emperor Marcus Aurelius wrote about this in his private journals. He knew that struggle of being swept away by a storm of inner turmoil. You see, all these thinkers, separated by centuries and continents, they all understood the same fundamental thing.
The problem isn't the thinking itself. Thinking is an amazing tool. The trap is when we confuse our thoughts with absolute reality. It's the difference between observing your thoughts, like clouds just floating across the sky, versus getting caught in a stormy sea, believing every single wave of fear is going to pull you under.
Okay, so we've identified the problem. We've identified the trap. Now for the good part. How do we get out? Let's dive into 3 powerful, super practical keys you can use to find that calm, starting right now.
So here's our roadmap. We've got the sacred pause, we've got the stoic mind map, and we've got therapeutic writing. Now each one is incredibly simple, but don't let that fool you. They are unbelievably effective.
First up, the sacred pause. This literally takes 1 minute. That's it. All you have to do is focus on your exhale. Just follow the breath as it leaves your body. And then notice that tiny little moment of stillness, of emptiness, right before your next breath begins. That pause, that is your anchor to the present moment. Scientifically, you're activating your parasympathetic nervous system, your body's built-in calm-down switch. Just 60 seconds a day. That's all it takes.
Okay, this next tool, the Stoic Mind Map, is a game changer for getting immediate clarity. So the next time you feel anxious, just mentally place that worry into one of these 3 columns. Am I worried about my effort? Okay, I can control that. Am I worried about someone's opinion of me? Well, I can only influence that. Am I worried about something that happened yesterday? Nope, I cannot control that at all.
And this is the revelation. You'll quickly find that the vast majority of your mental noise is spent on things in that 3rd column, the stuff you have absolutely zero control over. This map doesn't just magically eliminate problems, but what it does is redirect your precious energy away from useless worry and towards effective action. And our 3rd key is this truly transformative writing exercise. All you do is write down your most painful, anxious thoughts as if they're being spoken by a character. Then, you respond to that character from the perspective of your wisest, most compassionate self. This simple dialogue creates distance. It lets you stop identifying with the anxious thought and instead start guiding it with wisdom. You're taking the power away from the critic and giving it to your inner guide.
Now let's get to the final piece of the puzzle. Because underlying all of these techniques is a really profound shift in perspective. The ultimate secret?
Well, it isn't a technique at all. It's an attitude.
And this leads to a huge question. What if the mind isn't an enemy we have to conquer? What if it's just a mirror, reflecting what needs to be seen and embraced within you? From this point of view, the chaos isn't the problem. It's actually a signal, pointing you toward what needs healing.
This is the final goal. You see, true peace doesn't come from finding the perfect answer or analyzing everything to death. It comes from radical acceptance. Accepting you can't control everything, accepting that discomfort is part of life, and letting go of the need to have it all figured out. And in that surrender, there is profound freedom.
You know what? Let's just try it together, just for a moment right now. Take a deep breath in, and now exhale slowly, just letting it all go. Feel the weight of your body grounded right here in this moment. And just softly repeat to yourself, I am at peace, here and now.
So as we wrap up, I want to leave you with a question. Which of these 3 powerful tools, the pause, the map, or the writing, really resonated with you the most? Which one feels like the medicine you need today? Let us know in the comments below. Thank you so much for joining us.